Hello folks, are you tired of the debates? Us too. Not only will we not dare go anywhere near jokes about them, but we've got a great episode of television to distract you from booking yourself on the next flight to Trudeau's doorstep.
We've got Tina Maric with Hollywood headlines, Angelo Auriemma with a rant, and a whole lot more. So get registered to vote, please. For Ball State University, The Real Deal starts now.
Hello and welcome to The Real Deal, Ball State's one and only entertainment news show. I'm Logan Sowash.
And I'm Madeline May. Forewarning everyone, the following segment contains a story about the presidential election.
Now before you scream at me across the Thanksgiving table, please note that everything that will be discussed about a certain pantsuit wearing candidate is objectively, non-negotiably true.
So without further ado or warning, here's Tina Maric with this week's Hollywood Trump lines, headlines. Tina.
Several big names have been confirmed to perform at Hillary Clinton's Stronger Together fundraising event next month. Billboard reports Lin-Manuel Miranda, Anne Hathaway, Hugh Jackman, Neil Patrick Harris, and Julia Roberts are just some of the talented faces who will be there. The star-studded event will include live performances and never-before-seen debuts and collaborations. It will take place at the St. James Theater in New York on October 17th. The musical part of the event will be directed by musician, writer, and SiriusXM host Seth Rudetsky. Also set to participate are A-listers Matthew Broderick, Emily Blunt, Josh Groban, Angela Bassett, Helen Mirren, and many others. Clinton's daughter Chelsea will also be there as the special guest of the night. And for all you One Direction fans, Niall Horan has made his solo debut on September 29th with his song, This Town. Billboard reports since One Direction went on hiatus earlier this year, Niall has been backpacking around Southeast Asia, taking notes and writing lyrics in his notebook. When he got back afterward, he said he headed into the studio and This Town was one of his first pieces. He wrote it with Jamie Scott, who also wrote 1D's hit Story of My Life. Backpacking gave Niall the chance to get out of the spotlight. He said, "I didn't get asked for photos anywhere. When you're in tourist spots, no one expects you to be there. So it was kind of like I kept my hat on, my sunglasses on, kept my head down, did all the usual tourist stuff in Southeast Asia." This Town is the first taste of an album to come. Niall said the solo LP should come out sometime next year. Another new work will be also coming from Mindy Kaling and Oscar winner Emma Thompson. The duo is set to star in a movie together that's been described as The Devil Wears Prada meets broadcast news. Kaling wrote the script and will also play a scriptwriter in the film. It's about a late-night TV show veteran, played by Thompson, who is about to lose her long-running show right when she hires her first female writer. Scott Rudin will produce, alongside Kaling and Howard Klein, the longtime executive producer of The Office and The Mindy Project. No studio has signed on for the upcoming late-night film yet, but Variety reports several are interested. Speaking of The Mindy Project, the show has now premiered on Hulu. Its 5th season picks up where it left off, with Mindy caught in a love triangle between her business partner, played by Garrett Dillahunt, and the father of her child, played by Chris Messina. Those are your Hollywood headlines. I'm Tina Maric.
Thanks, Tina. Sounds like Niall will be headed in a...
New direction.
Did you just steal a pun from me?
Well, it was just about as compelling as that outfit you've got on.
I wear this all the time. Words hurt, Madeline.
So does your delivery. Anyways, here with the rant is Angelo Auriemma. Angelo.
Oh man. All right, J.J. Abrams, let's get this out of the way now. I love you. You gave us that good season of Lost, you gave lens flares a chance in the spotlight, and you gave us a new Star Wars film without Jar Jar, Samuel L. Jackson's impression of a cardboard box, and quotes about sand. There's no way around it. We are in your debt. But as a fan and as a friend from afar, you have to stop. Just stop, all right? Trust me, you'll thank me later. Now that I've finished my plea, to those out there unaware, Mr. Abrams recently went on the record of confirming film adaptations of both Half-Life and Portal. These acclaimed video game franchises are renowned for a reason. They're fantastic. Hysterical, revolutionary, and overall just very well-rounded games. But this doesn't mean that they'll translate to being good movies. I mean, how many times do we have to do this before it just gets sad? It's like these film studios have a glutton for punishment or something. Let's take a look at their track record. World of Warcraft? Bad. Ratchet of Clank? Bad. Prince of Persia, Jake Gyllenhaal. The writing is on the wall here, folks, and as a fan of both industries, I feel the need to beg for this trend to come to a close. Movies and games are perfectly fine staying as two separate industries and two separate forms of media storytelling. We need to hold the line and keep these gems of the game industry left unscathed. No sick developer out there is anxious to make a multiplayer game based on, I don't know, Citizen Kane or Gone with the Wind or something. Is that example a stretch? Yes. Do either of those ideas sound at all intriguing? Actually, yes, but that's against the point I'm trying to make here. The fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, these video game to film adaptations either always turn out to be box office bombs or review column attack victims. Learn your lesson from Lost Season 3 through 6, JJ, and get off this dangerous path while you still can. Either that or, I don't know, just smooth your way into the Wreck-It Ralph production team, I guess. Either's fine with me. So there you have it. Video games should stay video games, movies should stay movies. Now if you need me, I'll be pitching my $1 million Gone with the Wind bro shooter idea. Until next time, I'm Angelo Auriemma.
Thanks, Angelo.
Though I believe you're forgetting the greatest video game to film adaptation of all time, The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies.
Logan, that's a book.
You mean to tell me that the scene where Legolas jumps midair from rock to rock wasn't programmed by a Red Bulled up EA developer?
Fair point. Coming up, we've got Hannah Pulver with a review and Max Lewis with the trailer watch. Stick around.
He's capable of coming in cold, uncooking years of books, and getting out alive. Imagine the secrets this guy has.
Who are you?
Max, you can use your energy in many different ways. You can run faster, be stronger. And I haven't even shown you the best part yet.
What? I got some of my friends over at my house that I grew up with. We're having a thug-like conversation. I hear my son coming down the steps. I hear his flip-flops popping. They popping fast. Something's wrong. Dad! Wi-Fi's down. I don't know what made me more upset. That or my friend going, who's Wi-Fi?
Find him.
My mom works in a school cafeteria, my sister in a hospital laundry, so selling shoes is the nicest job a girl from my family's supposed to get.
Let's you and I make an effort to be nice to your mom today.
Welcome back. As we've learned from films such as Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, the second Maze Runner movie, The Giver, the State of the Narnia franchise, Ender's Game, Mortal Instruments, City of Bones, and the fact that Divergent is about to be on ABC Family.
Freeform.
Oh, silly me, Freeform. Anyways, you get the point. All these examples prove how alive and well young adult adaptations are today.
Here to review the latest surefire success is Hannah Pulver. Hannah?
Over the weekend, I made a short journey to the local movie theater and watched Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. The book was really popular for quite some time, hence why they made it into a movie. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my paws on it for a good 3 months, so I gave up and I had no idea what I was getting myself into at the theater. Without giving away too much, the movie is about a young boy named Jake who uncovers a secret part of his life. Except it's not a secret because his grandfather has been telling him the deets the whole damn time of his life. But because of Jake's dad, he never finds out. Jake's dad derails him from living his purpose. So after a few crazy incidents, Jake's parents finally allow him some freedom. Jake and his dad depart for an isolated island in hopes to help Jake's mental problems. On this island, Jake is searching for the children's home that his grandfather told him about, but finds the ruins of it. It's a very emotional and disappointing scene, but I feel pretty comfortable telling you that it's not really ruined, because if it was, the movie would have ended there. So anyway, Jake ends up finding the children and gets sucked into their time zone, but it's not like Central or Eastern Time. It's some crazy terminology that I couldn't wrap my mind around the whole film. The kids are all pretty legit. They have some special quirks about them. It's the thing that I really appreciated most about this movie is that the kids don't have basic powers. They're all really unique, something that you wouldn't easily come up with. Anywho, Jake realizes that his grandfather was telling the truth the whole time, and Jake is called to do more than just chill with the children. Miss P gives him a major job. Major stuff goes down, and it's intense, it's powerful, it's really cool. If you've seen movies directed by Tim Burton before, you know the type of tone and atmosphere the movie has. It's mystical and captures your interest instantly. The look of this film was amazing, and I was dazzled by all the scenes and the effects used. They overall really made the movie a magical experience, even for a muggle like me. Whether you're bored on a Friday night or want to entertain your eyeballs and dazzle your brain, I think Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is a great film for you. I give this movie a 6.5 out of 10 because it was entertaining and aesthetically pleasing, but there was something missing. Something that didn't make me leave with excitement or powerful feelings in my body. Still, it's worth a shot. Hope you enjoy. That's your review from me. Until next time, I'm Hannah Pulver.
Thanks, Hannah. For your review, I think we forgot to mention the most important YA franchise being turned into films.
Twilight?
No. 50 Shades of Grey. Or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Fact That This Is Twilight fan fiction.
Here to review the trailer for the next entry in that series and more is Max Lewis. Max?
My first trailer on the Trailer Watch today is Inferno. The movie is the third installment in the Da Vinci Code film series and is based on the 2013 book of the same name. Robert Langdon suddenly finds himself the target of a major manhunt, and with the help of Dr. Sienna Brooks and his knowledge of symbology, Langdon will try to regain his freedom and lost memories, all while solving the most intricate riddle he's ever faced. The movie stars Tom Hanks reprising his role as Robert Langdon alongside Felicity Jones. The film is scheduled to be released on October 28th. The second trailer is the film The Accountant. The movie stars Ben Affleck as a mathematical savant who works for dangerous criminal organizations. And when a Treasury agent gets closer to the truth, the body count begins to rise. The movie also stars J.K. Simmons and Anna Kendrick. The film comes out on October 14th. And the third and final trailer is 50 Shades Darker, the long-awaited sequel to 50 Shades of Grey. The movie stars Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson reprising their respective roles of Christian Grey and Anastasia Steele. The movie follows the events of the previous film as Anastasia and Christian begin their normal relationship together. The film will be steaming up theaters on Valentine's Day, February 10th, 2017. This has been your Trailer Watch. I'm Max Lewis.
Thanks, Max. Can't wait for Tom Hanks to scream at paintings for the third time.
Logan, that's what you did this weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry, Madeline, but how will I ever find treasure like Tom does if I don't violently scream at every art piece I see?
Fair point. We'll be back with Eli Brunsman with an opinion piece and Rob White with an album preview. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. Now, hold on. 1 second, viewers. Yeah? Okay. Seymour Butts? Is there Seymour Butts back there?
Logan, you were pranked.
Oh, shucks. Not again.
I understand how frustrating pranks can be, and so does Eli Brunsman, who's here with a rant. Eli?
You've probably heard about a serial prankster recently physically attacking celebrities Gigi Hadid and Kim Kardashian. He claims these attacks are an act of protest, but it seems much more simple than that. In my opinion, he does this for media attention, and it works. In the past, this prankster has went after Brad Pitt, Leo DiCaprio, Bradley Cooper, and more. The fact that he's targeted these huge, unproblematic celebrities shows these pranks aren't acts of protest, but are actually attempts to grab the spotlight. There has been a growing problem with pranks going too far in the last few years, many of them made for YouTube. A lot of these pranks are fake, but the subject matter is offensive regardless. The YouTube star Sam Pepper went viral last year for pretending to kidnap and murder someone while this person's friend watched and cried. Obviously, this received negative backlash. There have also been videos of actors pretending to be terrorists and trying to scare people, which is problematic for obvious reasons. But the real tragedy is that these content creators are often rewarded for their actions through increasingly large view numbers and a healthy subscriber base. I feel like these types of pranksters believe all publicity is good publicity, but even though these people ignore the negative attention, maybe speaking out against it will prevent more from joining this trend. There have been plenty of people on film and television who have handled prank scenarios just fine. For example, the show Impractical Jokers is harmless because the stunts the cast pull do not lead to people being worse off or unsafe. But pranksters who pull these dangerous kinds of jokes can be especially dangerous when we start to normalize their behavior. People are becoming less willing to call out dangerous behavior like this online, and this can lead to more and more people finding these types of pranks acceptable, when the opposite is true. These types of pranks are not funny, safe, or fun for anyone involved. I'm Eli Brunsman. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Eli. You know, I decided to pull a prank of sorts on our crew.
What was that?
Well, I turned all of the scripts upside down in the control room, and then I knocked out our producer, Laurie Weisman, out with a baseball bat and dragged him to the trunk of my car, keeping his middle toe to myself. You know, common friend things.
Wow. To get your mind off that, here's Rob White with an album preview. Rob?
If you were even in close proximity to the radio at all this past year, you know that The Weeknd flooded the airwaves with his hit songs like The Hills and Can't Feel My Face. Now everyone's favorite reclusive Toronto singer has made a pretty big announcement. No, not the fact that he cut his hair, even though that is somewhat of a big deal, but that he announced that his third upcoming album titled Starboy will be released on November 25th. The Weeknd took to his social media to announce the news to his fans by establishing a release date and revealing the cover art to the album as well. Since the release of his last album, Beauty Behind the Madness, last year, The Weeknd has made some strides at becoming one of today's most popular R&B and pop singers in the world. Having been that one artist who released music somewhat anonymously that very few people knew about back in 2012, to now having most of his songs on the Billboard Top 200 charts is a pretty big accomplishment if you ask me. Along with his announcement of this new project, The Weeknd also released 2 singles that will be featured on the album as well. The singles include the title track Starboy featuring Daft Punk and False Alarm, which the singer performed live for the first time on SNL's 42nd season premiere. In a recent interview, The Weeknd explained that the new project will be aggressive but still true to form with the past albums he's had. He is quoted saying, "The Smiths, Bad Brains, Talking Heads, Prince, and DeBarge play roles. I think it will be my best sounding album ever." Being that his past albums was awarded a few Grammys, including Best Contemporary Album, and the fact that a few of his songs were some of the most streamed songs of the year, Starboy is definitely something to look forward to. That's all I have for this news update. Until next time, I'm Rob White.
Thanks, Rob. Sounds like this album will be so good you won't be able to feel your face from the sheer awesomeness.
Louis can't feel his face. Or his middle toe, for that matter, because it's in my pocket.
What a lifestyle choice.
We'll be right back with our final word.
What is that? Cool beans. Storks don't deliver babies anymore. If anyone finds out about this, I am dead meat. Baby powder.
Homing pigeon powers activate!
We work for her. Good Lord. That's right.
That man murdered my husband.
I want something. I take it.
He will take everything we have.
So you seek revenge?
I seek righteousness, but I'll take revenge.
My dad is Mike. He works on a drilling rig that pumps oil out from underneath the ocean.
And we're the explorers.
Like Dora.
Like Dora.
That oil is a monster.
He's invisible.
Of course. We're what's known in common parlance as peculiar. Claire, why aren't you eating?
She's embarrassed in front of Jake.
Don't be.
Tell me where you were Friday night.
I was in the city, and then I went to visit my husband.
You mean your ex-husband? It's my understanding that the woman who has gone missing was his nanny.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Megan.
Logan and I have been no strangers to the cinema lately, so we have some final thoughts for you on a couple movies currently in theaters. If you haven't seen Sully, congratulations, because you'll probably have a longer lifespan than those who did. This is one of those movies where it's good to brush up on your facts and review the real news story before heading into the theaters. But in case you won't, you probably won't, I'll catch you up. Fact: in 2009, U.S. Airways Flight 1549 made a successful water landing on the Hudson. Fact: everyone did survive the event, and it only took Hollywood 7 years to see movie potential there. Fact: Tom Hanks makes a terrible travel partner. I'm beginning to wonder if he rolls his eyes every time a new script is offered to him that includes some form of transportation, a stressful disaster, and woman problems. Don't get me wrong, he plays a fabulous Captain Sullenberger, but why can't he ever play a happy person going on vacation? At least this time when his plane hit the water, he has Aaron Eckhart to keep him company instead of a volleyball. Overall, An intense movie with a solid plot. I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
You know what, Madeline? I'd agree with you. In my opinion, Sully's a very solid film that you can wait to rent later.
Yes.
However, the film I saw lately in theaters does not fit that area. For my final word, I wanted to talk about a film that's a great example of how to make a remake right, and that is Antoine Fuqua's The Magnificent Seven. On paper, the new Western starring Denzel Washington and Chris Pratt should be the definition of an unnecessary remake. It's a remake of a 1960s Western classic that is in itself a remake of a Japanese classic called Seven Samurai from 1954. There is absolutely no reason to remake this story in 2016 when you've already got two wonderful films. Though, that being said, this new version of The Magnificent Seven is tons of fun. Each one of the 7 gunmen have really good character moments that make them incredibly memorable. The action is a great mixture of classic Western filmmaking and modern action sequences, and the film decides to take great aspects from the previous iterations. This culminates in a film that respects the originals but isn't afraid to mix things up a bit. Unfortunately, it's not a perfect film though. The beginning of the film is wonky, the villain is serviceable yet nothing special, and the townsfolk who had tons of personality in previous films mostly blend in with the background this time around. Excluding Haley Bennett though, who holds her own with the gunmen without being shoehorned as one of their love interests. So overall, it's a great popcorn flick that is definitely worth seeing at full price. I give it an 8 out of 10. And with that said, that wraps up the show for this week. Be sure to check out our website, Facebook, and Twitter pages for all news and updates on all things entertainment. I'm Logan Sowash.
And I'm Madeline May. We'll see you next time.